Which person had the worst downfall in the last 5 years?
Not that Danny Masterson had much of a career after that '70s show, but it's hard to top being imprisoned for 30 years for multiple rapes. George Santos went from being one of the greatest volleyball players ever, a Rhodes Scholar, Wall Street guru, real estate tycoon, Jewish icon, and former president of Brazil to a lowly exiled member of the U.S. Congress. Coup de grace. R. Kelly without a doubt. Apprehended in 2019 and in 2022 was convicted for sex trafficking, child pornography, and sexual exploitation of a minor. 31-year sentence and will probably die in prison. Colleen Ballinger, grimacing face. Boris Johnson finally got the job he'd clearly felt entitled to since his youth after years of falling upwards due to his LOL he's such a card, look at his scruffy hair gimmick, only to find that he was utterly shit at it and then had to resign in disgrace.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Jada Smith. I went from not knowing her name to knowing all about her affairs.
Daniel Alves. From a Barcelona legend, to a hated player on Sao Paulo, to prison for rape. Kevin Spacey. It's crazy he was one of my fave actors.
Ned from Try Guys.
Elizabeth Holmes and Michael Avenatti come to mind. Myself. 5 years exactly. Rudy Giuliani.
Matt Lauer.
Jussie Smollett. Ellen DeGeneres. Edit, crazy this blew up as much as it did. I'll be honest and say that in the past, I would have loved to meet her, based on how she was portrayed and the fact that it appeared she helped so many people. It's great the truth came out, but really sad how so many people were so negatively affected by her. Thanks for the karma.
Justin Roiland.
Armie Hammer.
Shane Dawson. Andrew Cuomo. He was what seemed like the national face of COVID response on the ground during the worst period in NYC. At least from a NY perspective it seemed that way with his daily press conferences during the peak of the pandemic here due to de Blasio's mishandling of pretty much everything. People were putting his name up for a solid presidential candidate. His approval rating polled as high as 87% in New York in 2020. Within a year he was forced to resign due to some pretty questionable accusations by various women around him. I never saw anyone get taken down like that before. It just goes to show you how gruesome a career in politics really is. And don't get me wrong, I didn't much like the guy ever since he named the new Tappan Zee Bridge after his father in a sneaky way without polling the public, but his takedown was brutal. Ellen DeGeneres for sure. Went from beloved to truly cancelled. She's completely irrelevant now.
Yee. Lizzo.
Ezra Miller.